Sunita.
Hello, ma'am. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Sunita. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you, ma'am? But I can't see you yet.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me turn off my camera and turn it on once again.
Yes, we are
Am I
facing some
visible right
technical
now?
glitch today.
Am I visible?
No, no,
Let
not
me
yet.
rejoin, okay? Me in the meantime, I would want you to rejoin as well.
All right, all right.
Yes. Good morning, Sunita. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing extremely amazing, I must say. So delighted to see you again.
The feeling is mutual. I reciprocate the same kind of feeling to you as well. Okay. So, how are things on your end, Sunita? Everything good?
Yes, all well, all well.
Okay, I
Just
was
continuing
waiting.
with my practice.
Okay, that's amazing. I was waiting for you to join the session. Wonderful. So we'll begin since we are already 5 minutes late into the session, right? So let's get started. We'll
Sure.
start this session with an amazing quote, and it's one of my favorites. Shall we?
Yes, sure.
Okay. It is said that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So can you decode this code and tell me what exactly it's about?
So when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So I believe here the first part of the sentence means that when situations become difficult, then those who are tough still they keep on going. Like they
Yes.
don't feel that setback. They don't take setbacks as a failure, but they keep on challenging themselves and strive for achieving more in their life. They just don't stop. They don't give up, right?
Wonderful, wonderful. You have beautifully explained it, right? That brings me to today's topic, okay? That is failures, the power of failures. So, would you like to discuss it or shall we discuss something else?
No, let's discuss this topic. It's an interesting one.
Okay, okay, that's great. It is said that happiness and sorrow, failure and success, nothing is permanent in this life, right? And I would say that failures are an inevitable part of our life. No matter how much we try to avoid them, some way, at some point of our life, we have to encounter them. What defines us as an individual, as a person, is how we tackle them, how we handle them, right? So
Right.
I would want to know how I would want to know your take on this. Do you think that failures have a lot to do when it comes to shaping our personalities and lives?
If I talk about small failures, like many of people would be able to relate with me when I say this, that we fail to show up many times. We fail to stay consistent. And that's actually a very huge and important part of our life, that consistency. Whenever we want to do something in our life, consistency definitely matters. But many times we fail to do so, right? But when I face such kind of situations where I fail to show up or fail to stay consistent, I go back and reflect on what I did earlier to beat the procrastination, right? And then I follow the same kind of practices again, or I change my methods, or I study what other people are doing in that particular area or in my niche. I see what is working for them, and accordingly I change my approach towards what I am doing, right? So that gives a lot of motivation, that gives a lot of encouragement and a path on which I can walk, right? So you feel a bit motivated. Plus I feel you should have a blueprint in your mind, and then you tend to start, you tend to start your work, and then you end up doing it completely, right? So that is how we can beat this procrastination that most of us fail at sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have always believed in this thing that one day you will tell your story to the entire world. The entire world will listen to it, take lessons from it, and you will tell them how you overcame it. And it can be someone's survival guide, isn't it?
Right, right. We should learn from others, like what they struggled with and how they overcame those fears or those struggles. And we can simply avoid repeating the mistakes that they made in their journey, right? And we can start fresh with proper blueprint in our mind, proper plan, and we can make new mistakes, right? Not the
Yeah, that's
repeated ones.
That's true. That's true. Even I agree with it. And I tell it to my learners that it's better to make new mistakes every time rather than repeating the same old mistakes, isn't it?
Yes, I'm back.
Is this what you
I'm
had to
sorry.
Any problem?
I think there's some issue
Yeah.
from my side, network issue.
Okay, no issues, no issues, Sunita. I'm happy that you could connect again. Okay, fine. So yes, sometimes we try very hard, and even then things do not happen, right? Yeah. So I would like to ask you: is there a right time to give up?
Mhm.
Should we always have a plan B ready with us, or should we keep on trying till the time we make it?
Hmm. I feel it's really important in life to experience things, to give yourself some exposure or to expose yourself to different areas when you're not clear about your ultimate goal. So,
Mhm.
to find your ultimate goal, to find your true calling, you need to experience things. You need to experience what you are meant for, right? So in that way there is no right time. When I also started, I tried many things in my life. I tried multiple YouTube channels and then one business too, but I would not say that I failed at those things, but I learned from those things, those experiences, and then I started a completely new chapter and it worked for me. So it's all about experiences and how you learn from those experiences, be it failure or success. You still learn something or the other from your experiences. And I believe experience is the best teacher. So
Yeah,
that's really important. You cannot learn sitting at your home all day long, not talking to people, being in your own zone, and not trying to, put yourself into some kind of discomfort. You cannot learn at all. And if you don't learn, you become complacent and you cannot succeed in your life. You cannot grow. So
yeah.
yes, keep trying until you get your true calling.
That's true. That's true. I met a learner here on this platform, and he was preparing for some competitive exam. And he told me, "Ma'am, I have been preparing for this exam for the last 4 years." Right? So it was just because of the support of his parents that motivated him to pursue his journey. But I always tell people that you must have a plan B always ready with you, something to fall back on, right? So if you do not have a plan B ready with you, it can sometimes be very difficult and you lose yourself in that journey. Maybe it takes a toll on your mental health, on your physical health. So yes, if you are trying it and you have been trying it for so long, it's not happening, let it be. Nothing is more important than your peace of mind and your physical and mental health, isn't it?
Right, right. But sometimes people get into these issues called depression, anxiety,
Mhm.
and that happens because maybe that particular exam is very important for them, very crucial, and that's the only option available or left with them. Because
Yeah.
some people are not that privileged that their family has very strong background or something like that. But those who have strong background, no financial struggles, so they can be completely easygoing with all these practices or all these exams and they can try as long as they
Yes,
can.
that's true.
But for some people it's really important and they put their heart and soul into it, but unfortunately some of them can't succeed in this, right? So yes, after that it's really very difficult to start a new chapter, I must say. For
Mhm.
middle class people or for lower middle class people, it's really very difficult to spend your 4 to 5 years preparing for an exam and then not succeeding it and then starting something new. It's really very difficult, but then I believe whatever they have learned in that process, that will not go in vain, right? So they'll be able
That's
to do something with it. They'll learn something and they can put all those learnings into something new. Like they can start teaching others, right? This
yeah,
is
that's
one
true.
thing that can be easily done, I believe.
Mhm. That's true. That's true. Okay, Sunita, you're also a parent, right? And your kids, I'm sure that they are school going, they go to school. So, do you ever force your kids to score good grades or marks in examination, or do you tell them no, study for knowledge, not for grades or a percentage?
Mhm. So my kids are too small now. They are into kindergarten.
Okay.
So I haven't told them such things yet. But
Mhm.
maybe later I would ask them to do their best and I would not impose these marks systems or my expectations. I would not impose my expectations on them because I have also been in this kind of system
Mhm.
where marks really mattered to us. But
Yes.
then after everything, after completing our schools, our graduation, and after doing job for some time, I have realized that all these marks or something that we have learned in school matters least for us in real life, right? But our exposure, our soft skills matter a lot, right? So I would try to make them better at conversational skills, better at being curious. Like I would encourage them to stay curious throughout their life and learn more and more. And definitely, I would ask them to be at least manageable in their studies.
Hmm.
I would not pressurize them to score, I mean, top marks in their class, but at least manageable. For that, I'll also have to go the extra mile with them and sit with them, help them with their studies, right? So it's collaborative effort.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think parents, Indian parents particularly, we they are good at imposing, as you said, sometimes not all of them, but many of them, they impose their dreams and their expectations on their kids. And sometimes kids this come to the pressure on their way to achieve something, and it is completely detrimental for them, right? And as Indian society, we always glorify success and we stigmatize failures. We never talk about it openly. So that is, I would say that is the shift that we need to bring in our mindset. That no, failures are also, like we say that failures are the stepping stones to success, and people often say that your last mistake was your last teacher, right?
True.
So as you said, that experiences is something that we do not learn in schools. No teacher ever teaches us all these things. That is
Right.
that you learn over a period of time. Right?
Yes.
Is
And
there?
when I started teaching too,
Mhm.
I would always search for others' approaches, like how do others teach students, and would always find some ways to learn from them and then apply the same kind of methods with my students. But
Wow.
over time, I realized that you need to experience it yourself and then see what works for your students. And different students need different kind of approaches, right? So you have to keep on experimenting with these things. So you have to stay creative as well at the same time. So it's not necessary that what is working for other people will work for you as well, right?
That's true. And for teachers, like it's there are always individual differences, and no two individuals on this earth are same. So there is something that we call as principle of differentiation. That means different set of instructions for every student. Sometimes you have to scale it up, sometimes you have to scale it down, your approach, right, according to
Right.
the level of the learner. Since you are also into this educational space, a digital space where you mentor, guide, so I'm sure that you take care of all these things. So do I. So do I.
Yes, yes. We all do that. Like, we all try to stay relevant to our students, and many people try to copy our teaching methods too. Like, if I talk about our group, our learning community, so we try to teach students in a different manner so that they could resonate, first of all, resonate with us, and then learn from us in that way. And we always try to keep on experimenting with things, keep on bringing something new for them so that they could learn in a practical way. People
Yes.
try to copy us, and but I believe they cannot copy our originality, right? They cannot
Yeah.
copy our USP. So let them copy. What can we do? But they cannot copy our creativity. So everybody is
That's
different, right?
that's
So
true.
we are never fearful of all these copycats.
Whom are you hinting at, or whom are you pointing to?
Uh, I
I wish I
think
could know
they'll
that.
understand.
Okay, okay, that's great.
It's
Okay,
just a
so
hint.
yes,